Ever since Xiaomi launched its Mi TVs in India, affordable smart TVs have become the next big thing in the country after the cheap smartphone revolution that took place a few years ago. Brands like Realme, Nokia, and even Motorola, known for their smartphones, have launched smart TVs in the country to get a stronger hold in the market. OnePlus also jumped onto the bandwagon last year with a slightly different approach. Instead of the same formula as other brands, they took the experience a notch higher by launching QLED TVs. While the experience was premium, it also came with a premium price tag. The premium price meant it didn't reach as many households as something more accessible and more affordable like LED TVs from competing brands, and with the U series, that's precisely what OnePlus is trying to address. We've been using the 55-inch model for the better part of almost 3 weeks now, and here's what we feel about it, and we'll tell you if you should get one or not under 50,000 rupees. First up, just putting it out there that this is the top end variant that comes with a 4K HDR panel, so whatever we are saying is only with respect to this particular variant. Now there are going to be lower variants as well, so there's going to be a 32-inch one which is HD ready and a 43-inch one which would have a full HD panel. So that out of the way, let's get straight to the TV itself. Starting off with one of the factors that sets the TV apart from others in this price range, which is the design. The thickness of the entire top half of the TV is exactly the same as the OnePlus 8 Pro, and that's quite impressive. It gives the TV a sleek look when combined with the almost bezel-less look on the front. The OnePlus branding sits on the bottom bezel, which also has an LED indicator light along with the IR receiver and a button to turn the TV on and off. Unlike the Q series where you had to purchase a center stand separately, this one comes with 2 side stands inside the box itself, and they look quite good as their color matches that of the bottom bezel. Also, the stands are metallic, so they feel really sturdy. There is an option to get a wall mount done at the time of delivery if you prefer that. As we mentioned, the top half of the TV is just a thin panel and it bulges out when we move further below to house all the components and ports. Speaking of ports, there are 3 HDMI ports, with the first one having support for ARC, and AV port if you're still living in the 90s, and 2 USB ports. There's even an Ethernet port if you prefer using that over Wi-Fi. Let's now move to the front and address the most important aspect of the TV, the reason you're even buying it in the first place, and that's the display. The 55-inch variant we have here with us comes with a 4K panel covering 93% of the DCI-P3 color gamut. The support for Dolby Vision, HDR10 and HDR10+. The main differentiating factor with the Q series here is that unlike the QLED panel on that one, this U series comes with an LED backlit LCD display, so the blacks aren't as deep or the colors don't look as punchy when you compare the two. However, speaking solely about this particular panel on the U series, we were happy with the picture quality and the vividness that it offers. Colors are well saturated and watching HDR content on Netflix is a treat. Also, there's no evident backlight bleed on black backgrounds, which is good. The TV has an anti-glare panel which improves the experience more than you would think. Our TV, for example, is placed close to a window, so there's a lot of sunlight coming in straight onto the TV. Since the panel is anti-glare, it's not as reflective as some other TVs, which improves the viewing experience. There's MEMC on board which interpolates 30 FPS content to make it appear like 60 FPS, and there's also noise reduction and anti-aliasing with the Gamma engine. The screen to body ratio is 95% and the viewing angles are good, especially since the panel isn't glossy. Moving on to the sound output from the TV, this is where we feel the audio is bass heavy and there's some optimization that's required to make the audio more balanced. There are some audio presets which you can change to make the output better, but because of the emphasis on bass, the vocals end up sounding slightly muffled at times. If you listen to music on your TV though, you're going to like the extra bass. The 30-watt speaker also has support for Dolby Atmos. Let's address the software situation on the OnePlus U series TVs. The UI is what you would get on any Android TV with the addition of Oxygen Play, that is essentially a content recommendation service from over 15 different providers like Prime Video, Netflix, Sony Live, Voot, etc. There's Chromecast built in and you also get a data saver mode, kids mode, and of course one of the marquee features of OnePlus TVs, OnePlus Connect. OnePlus Connect offers a host of features that makes the usability of the TV much easier by letting you do things like select shows to play right from your phone, using the phone's keyboard instead of the one on the TV, using your phone as a trackpad, taking screenshots on your TV, launching apps from your phone, smart volume control where the volume of the TV will be minimized whenever you get a call, etc. While we did experience the occasional slowdown while navigating through the UI, the experience for the most part is snappy, and OnePlus Connect makes the overall experience all the more convenient since you don't have to use the remote for everything. Speaking of the remote, we get the usual minimal style Bluetooth remote that we have been seeing on all smart TVs. There's a D-pad for navigation, dedicated buttons for Oxygen Play, Google Assistant, Prime Video and Netflix, and not to forget, even a dedicated mute button that a lot of manufacturers skimp out on. And no, you don't have to charge the remote, it uses two AAA batteries. Well, that was our experience using the OnePlus TV U series 55-inch variant. At the time of shooting this video, we are not aware of the exact price, but the top end variant should come under 50,000 rupees. Compared to the Mi TV 4X Pro 55-inch which retails for 40,000 rupees, the OnePlus TV has a better design, a bezel-less look, and a slightly better display panel. It is up to you to decide if these improvements warrant the additional 5 to 10k that OnePlus is charging. According to us, the OnePlus U series TV offers a slightly more premium experience when compared to the competition, which makes it a worthy purchase if you can extend your budget. If you have any comments regarding the OnePlus TV U series, then feel free to leave them in the comments below, and also let us know if you're planning to get one for yourself. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more such videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.